having fun.
That's true. Relationships can be hard work. But although fights and rough patches are par for the course, at a certain level, they may have become toxic and can lead to very, very terrible um, situations and consequences. Colleen Diedrich, transformational coach, joins us now to discuss the signs of a toxic relationships and signs of a toxic relationship and the steps that you can take or you need to take to get out. Good morning to you.
Morning,
Obviously, we're talking about this in light of two horrible stories that we heard this week, but this is an ongoing issue in Jamaica. I said, Leila Sweetie said that this needs to stop in Jamaica now. I don't know where this culture came from. I don't know if it's something that's, you know, just been done in recent years. Somebody sees somebody do something, and because it spread so far and wide, other people feel maybe this is an option for me. I don't know. But we've always had an issue with volatility and violence as a cultural kind of thing in our relationships in Jamaica, have we not?
Absolutely. It's been around with us for quite some time. However, with news and social media, the information just kind of spread everywhere. Usually it takes place in a little community somewhere. It happens, everybody's shocked, everybody's surprised. But it's been happening, it's been a part of our culture for quite some time. The issue is, and usually you hear that it's the male that's the perpetrator. The issue is men have no place to put their anger. No assistance whatsoever. They're growing up, and it goes all the way back to childhood. Lots and lots of trauma that a lot of these men have had to endure, and no place to put it. No place to put it.
When you say no place to put it, you mean
as
they're
in nobody,
socialized
no,
not to
so
talk.
men
Not,
don't talk about this kind of a thing. You understand what I mean? Stuff that hurt you. We groom the boys to just take it. You drop, get up, don't cry. What you're doing, boys, don't cry. And it starts there, and it seems simple. You know, you say to yourself, this is not a big deal, but it's a cycle that we perpetuate. We don't allow them to feel. We don't allow them to think that it's okay to express their feelings in this particular way. And so what ends up happening is that it's pent up. Because like the rest of us, like women, they have feelings. Women got to talk to them girlfriend. You get annoyed about a situation, you call your friend, you want them to sit down and bawl over it or whatever. Most men don't have that kind
I'm hearing you, Colleen,
of outlet.
But then why does the woman become the outlet?
Unfortunately, the Bible said the woman is a weaker vessel. Hence, therefore, she becomes the easiest point for him to control and to exert, to feel like a man, to exert his manhood.
I saw yesterday that men think they own their women.
Absolutely.
So I guess if she's the weaker one that you own, then you can do just about
And as the provider, the person who's bringing home the bread, and sometimes it's reversed because sometimes it's the woman who is the main breadwinner. But in order to feel like a man, this is how he asserts himself.
All right, our producer gave us some signs, and we're going to share tips on them. One of the first things is passive-aggressive behavior.
Yes.
What that mean for people who don't know what that means?
Okay, when you're in a situation where instead of getting upset, you fall silent. You fall silent, it is clear, you can feel the energy that, okay, things aren't okay. But instead of saying anything about it, you simply withdraw. So you don't give the person an opportunity to talk through whatever challenges, whatever conflicts you are facing. And if it is that you have this, if this is a method that you're utilizing as conflict resolution, then you're lost. Because if I can't talk to you, if every single solitary time we have some kind of difference, you decide to fall silent. You simply look at me, okay, and then I get the malice. And a lot of us, as women, even men, are guilty of this kind of a thing. I don't have anything to say, you're not really sure. You're walking on pins and needles because you're not really sure exactly what is going to happen.
What builds up the real rage.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow.
You said it's often accompanied by gaslighting?
Yes, gaslighting now is a situation where I am undermining your capacity to make judgments, yeah? So I come, and it's usually in the form of emotional abuse. I'm saying something to you every time, I'm talking down to you. Whenever it is that you actually respond, I'm telling you, well, really and truly, this is all a figment of your imagination. If you weren't so sensitive, you wouldn't be taking it this way. So if I'm constantly doing that, and then I turn it around on you, I'm not really saying anything out of the way. It's just how you're taking it. After a while, you start to think to yourself, well, maybe
it is me.
Maybe it's me.
Maybe it is me.
Maybe it's me. And so this is the perfect way to start to undermine
It's a
your authority.
manipulation.
Yes, it is.
Mental manipulation is
It's
usually how it
amazing.
starts.
It's amazing, and it starts subtly, but a lot of us get sucked in.
What is this volatility that we speak about now?
No, again, just being on the edge, not really knowing when exactly things is going to fly off the top. So you walk home, eggshells. You're trying to make sure you dot I's and cross T's, that you don't do anything to upset the situation,
You could walk,
to rock
you
the
could
boat.
also walk home and everything is lovely.
And then all of
And
a
then in a
sudden,
second
the
it
mood,
becomes-
the mood change.
Yeah.
So you want to look out for those erratic mood swings.
Anybody who starts to make you withdraw from your family, withdraw from your friends, you have to ask permission to do this, ask permission to do that. Red flag.
That is a classic sign, because the thing is, they have to corral you. They have to make sure that they have you to themselves. So now they start to question, who is this friend now that you're always going out and this person is a bad influence? Don't you see that your mother is not with me, she's fighting against the relationship? You hear this constantly, and because a lot of these women are trying to please their partner, you say, all right, fine, you know, I noticed that she's been saying some stuff, so maybe I should just kind of limit my contact with her.
It comes back to something, to jokes that aren't really jokes.
No.
And some of the jokes are demeaning.
Very
like
much
it's
so.
hurtful, demeaning, and then them say, "You upset? I was just joking."
Again.
But it comes so often that you who are on the receiving end of it begin to think, is all of this true? Yeah.
After a while, again, what you will notice, what's common to all of this, I am the person, as in the abuser, constantly eating away at your self-confidence, constantly eating of your perception of yourself. Exactly. So after a while, they pretty much just make it into potty. I need permission to go out. I need permission to do anything with the children, in a bid to ensure that you're towing the line.
Let me ask you, a lot of people are quick to say, why is she phony? She didn't stay in that. Why she never leave? Why she never... and blame the women. But somebody was telling me yesterday about a woman who posted something on social media. She had acid burns all over her body, and she said, you know, she's burnt, but her man loves her. He did this to her because he loves her. And there are women who will say, he beat me because he loves me, or he abuses me because he loves me. That mindset, I guess, is a result of the
exactly.
So how you break that cycle in your head?
Oh my goodness.
So you get to the point where you leave, and then what do you do when you leave? Because women leave and the men track them down and kill them, as we have seen this week.
The thing is this: most of us leave and run to a friend or a family member that he's familiar with. Yeah, so you become easy pickings. He knows where you work. If you've been living with him for a time, he is very, very much familiar with your process, what your routine, where you're going to be, what it is that you're going to be doing, who are your friends, how to target your friends, because sometimes the bullying starts with the friends. Tell me where she is. Tell me what's up. If you find yourself in a situation where the man is that abusive, you need to extricate,
disappear.
you need to disappear.
Upend your life.
You need to fly out. You need to
fly out. Or you don't have no visa.
If you don't have no visa, then you need to, if you live in country, then you need to move to town. You know, it's a country, St. Elizabeth, Montego Bay, you move to town. And the thing is this, the other thing that keeps a lot of women in this situation is the whole idea, the shame. The shame. There's a tendency for us to keep domestic abuse in a particular demographic. We think is the woman downtown, you know, the violent man who can't express himself. But it's happening in the homes uptown, it's happening Milltown, it's happening across the border. And a lot of them stay in there. One, the man beat you, him come home and buy you an SUV.
Of course.
Buy you a nice diamond ring, him carry you to on the cruise and so on. And you think to yourself, boy, you know, him said to you, baby, you have to stop to these kinds of things, you know, because you upset me with what you said. You know what I mean? And I don't want to do this.
But you keep...
Absolutely.
I want to also suggest that your support system is important.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of the times, what people will say is, so when you left, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
What gonna help you to pick them?
them? And particularly when children are involved,
absolutely,
you know, it's difficult for women to uproot a child. I mean, for themselves, a woman will run and go catch, but to uproot a child. So I'm thinking that this discussion also needs to. I mean, maybe not us because we don't have the power, but what are the powers that be putting in place as a support system for women who need to uproot the children? And that as individuals watching now, we need to stop judge people and be supportive of people.
Absolutely.
And
there's
yeah.
there is something that needs to be made mention of. The situation, when you talk about the support system, the situation with a lot of the mothers perpetuate this cycle. And it's not something that we talk about. Stay with him. The man is a good provider. Yeah. What is this thing about you want to go a road, stay with him? Yeah. Because a lot of women have been victims of physical and emotional abuse. And we've come, a lot of us, because we've never sought help, we come to believe that this is part of the process. You accept the cheating, you accept the fact that I'm going to get, you're going to get a backhand every now and again. It's part of the process. Overall, the man is a good man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Exactly.
Well, one more thing I think we need to address before we go is the women who feel they owe it to the child to stay because we don't want to break up the family.
Ludicrous.
So you stay for the kids.
Ridiculous.
But the kids are watching you get
they are
lick and box
seeing
and
it
talk.
exactly. And what is the message that you're telling this child about how it is that they ought to be treated?
And if it escalates to a point where it takes your life,
right, and
that's
and
worse
sometimes,
for
as
your
in the case
child.
this week,
Absolutely.
your child sees it.
that's worse for
I
your
mean,
child.
it's just,
That's worse
I
for your
don't-
child.
It's ridiculous.
But end of the day, we're telling the women what to do. The man them
Yeah.
for stop, put them on pan woman and stop be abusive. And there needs to be more laws.
There needs to be more outlets for the men.
In order to protect the women, there needs to be more laws.
And the laws need to have teeth. It's a justice system.
Correct.
It's so many things. It's,
We have to
It
go.
is multi-layered.
We have to go. Thank you, ma'am,
Blessings.
for being with us this morning, Colleen Dietrich, transformational coach. Be supportive to a woman today. Eh? Be supportive.
Yeah. And supportive might mean you don't know why she's behaving like that. But you know what I find? Sometimes we look at people and, as Daly said, we judge people and you don't know what they went through that morning before you saw them or what they've been going through in the last couple of months or years or so. Yeah, a little understanding goes a long way. Take a break. We'll be right back with more on Smile. Thank you, Claire.
Yeah.
Fun.